So, fair warning, there will be spoilers. If you do not want to be spoiled, if you have not watched Oshi no Ko, then do not watch the rest of the video, because I promise you there will be freaking spoilers, so you have been warned. Welcome back, my name is Noble Oath. This anime was literally one that I've always wanted to talk about for the very longest time. Oshi no Ko is hands down, even if it doesn't get anime of the year, it's definitely one of the top three. It defies a lot of psychology, which, I have had some experience myself working in psychology. It's been something that has motivated me throughout my entire life. And seeing someone in the idol industry, as a character, I can imagine a lot of people can go through this as celebrities, and then they're just like, I don't know what to do with all this popularity. Do people really know the real me? And this is really realized within Oshinoko, and I find it to be quite fascinating. You start off with a guy and a girl, a doctor and a patient of his, which she was a big fan of which is the main idol character that you see in the opening. I mean, idol. She's actually wonderful. And eventually the patient dies. I forget her name. I'm so bad with names right now. But she eventually dies, and the doctor is like very sad, and but he keeps the tradition of her loving in his heart so much that a character, I remember her, she was in the beginning, she literally called him a freaking lolicon because, I mean, she was a child and you're fangirling over an idol that's supposedly like 16 years old, so it's kind of weird in a sense. Yeah, the average person would make sense of that, right? He does it for a reason because the child, she loved so much. She wanted to become an idol just like her. Eventually, he finds himself, the doctor finds to be one of his patients. And what do you know? She's pregnant. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely amazing because imagine you meet your most like idolized, person in the world, the person you most respect, which, for myself, I don't really have idols like that anymore like I used to because all the people that I've wanted to meet, including Yui Horii eventually one day, if I ever do meet her, which she's the voice actress for Minori Kushieda from Toradora, my favorite anime girl. I'll explain later in a future video. She even is someone that I just respect. I don't idolize them. I don't know how to explain how anyone could idolize a character like that. But going back to it, finding someone like that to be in the presence that now they're going to be bearing a child and you just can't do anything about it, and you've always just idolized this person for the longest time, it probably sends chips down your stomach. I don't know why I said that phrase, but yes, I did. So this happens. The doctor says, yeah, I'm going to help you give birth to these children. Finds out it's two children, twins. The night before she's about to get birth, he's like taking a break outside, saying, hey, I'm just going to be right back. I'll check up on you soon. And this guy literally mugs him and kills him. And what do you know? He's reincarnated as the sun. So she has a daughter and son. Aqua and Ruby. Aqua is pretty cool. They immediately find out after birth that they are sentient and they know that they are reincarnated, which is kind of fascinating. The kicker is that Aqua is the doctor reincarnated, obviously. Who's the girl? Well, funnily enough, and I don't know how this is possible, but it's literally the patient, the patient he was taking care of, the kid. Yeah, that just makes sense because she died like months prior to him dying, as far as I know. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am wrong, then you guys can let me know. But you get to see Aqua and Ruby grow up with oh. Then the unfortunate happens. And mind you, myself, I never really got into this series prior to all the popularity it got. I never knew what it was about, what was going to happen. So that final scene in the first episode was just it still sends me it sends me over the fucking roof. It literally does. I've never seen like a very tragic scene in an anime like that. Besides, can't even remember the last tragic scene that I've seen like that. If you know, you know. Eventually, Ai is killed by the same guy that mugged the doctor in the very beginning because he's just a stalker. He loves Ai so much that he just wants to protect her entire image to be stained into his dirty fucking biography, whatever it is. I don't fucking know. It's very bad. The kids do grow up a little bit when they're kids, but eventually she dies by getting stabbed by that stalker saying, "How dare you have kids?" and stuff like that because he knew she had kids. She dies in front of her own children, Ruby and Aqua. Obviously, Ruby and Aqua, they're really diehard fans of I. So it's very heart wrenching when that does happen. I mean, I can't even imagine my own idol dying right before my eyes. It's just sad. And that goes for anyone, you know, whether they are an idol or not. Which brings me to my next point, which, you know, eventually they grow up and they become actors. And I skipped a little bit of stuff because Aqua is really good at acting. Ruby is really good at singing and dancing. As they grow up, Aqua sort of shies away from it, gets involved with the director guy. He calls him director. A little slight nudge to all the actors out there. And I like the representation of social media in this anime because they literally use Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all of the above, and they got full copyright claim for that. Is so cool. But yeah, and then you have multiple characters like Memcho, which I initially thought she was pretty young, but she's actually pretty old as shit. I forget. Is she like 27? I can't remember. You get all these characters introduced when they get older, more like it's in adolescent years, like later adolescent years. For the longest time, they never knew who their biological dad was. Who the heck was the dad? And even the doctor in his past life asked the same question. Who the heck is the dad? I wonder who the dad is. Personally, for me, I did make a theory in my own mind that it may be the director. He kind of does look like he has blonde hair. They have blonde hair. I had purple hair, so I don't really know what else there is to say about that combination, but I don't really think so because the director has been guiding Aqua to try to find who the real perpetrator is, who the real dad is. He might be the one that killed I in the first place, who sent that stalker after her for nefarious reasons, but maybe I didn't want the dad around because it would have brought too much controversy, or even he was just a bad man. Which brings me to my next and final point. Still to this day, we don't know who the dad is. I mean, they've developed into the manga further story, and the season 2's going to be announced. I mean, once that comes out, I'm literally going to be covering it. It's going to be such a fun ride. It was really diverged into the anime about how popularity can be very weaponized, but also very heartwarming. And in a sense, a lot of people of popularity have to face no matter what you get. I mean, going for myself, I had like 36,000 views on a video before, and that felt very amazing. But also, in a sense, I also got some bad comments here and there. It is very scary, especially when someone has their whole entire life on the screen. In the opening song for Oshi no Ko, she literally plainly says, like, I'm putting out this smile, but you don't know that it's just a lie. Or some lyric goes like that, similar to that. You put what you want on the internet because people want to see it, not because you want to do that. Sometimes, you know, you enjoy something and you actually show off your true happiness. And sometimes you're enjoying something just for the frame of it. Think that it's all okay, that people love the stuffs. They're just going to want more if I keep doing this, this, and this. And that happens to Akane in a sense where she is on this dating show and she does something just irrational that literally puts her in a place where she accidentally injures one of the actresses and is ruining her entire image, saying you should just go off yourself. And, you know, she actually tries doing that. So, and I know that episode got a lot of backlash because it's connected or similar to a real life situation that happened to an actual person in Japan. But that kind of stuff does happen, and people shouldn't really put their all into the internet, because the internet literally is a double-edged sword. It can either be used to your advantage or it could be used against you. I highly recommend that if you are in any somewhat popularity, I mean, God knows if I am, I don't even think so. I'm still in the freaking society norm. I would rather be unpopular than popular, if you ask me. Filtering out those negative feedbacks and taking some constructive criticism is good, but not to be taken so seriously. And I think the reason why it stood out for Akane was because she had no one else by her side, and she also is at an integral age where, adolescent, you're still growing and having all these thoughts saying that you're such a bad person, this and that. That's not even true until you get to like the age of 25. That's psychologically, literally how humanity is calculated. Everyone doesn't stop developing until the age of 25. From 23 to 25 is when you're trying to figure out what your place is and what you really want to do in life. And around about their age, which is like, I want to say 17 to 18 years old, they're trying to figure out who they are, if anything is really mattering about what they're doing with their life. That really does take into account like why she went to so much depth when she was getting a lot of hateful comments. Akane is who I'm talking about. But, I absolutely love Oshinoko. I hope that Yasobi is doing the next opening. I'm pretty sure she would, considering how much Idol got. It's a good song. It's such a good song. I prefer the Japanese opening in comparison to the English opening. I don't know. That's just me. I just love the originality of it. I would definitely love to hear anyone else's opinions. I hear it all the time on Twitter. I literally love Oshinoko so much. It's definitely one of those better recent animes, and even if it doesn't get anime of the year, it's anime of the year in my heart. But with that being said, feel free to like, subscribe, comment down below your guys' thoughts and opinions. I have been Noble Oath, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.